The taxi smelled like old cigarettes and something sour. I gave the address to the driver, an older man with yellowed eyes who never spoke. We took a wrong turn. "Excuse me," I said, "this isn't the way to..." The interior locks clicked down. That's when I noticed the taxi had no door handles. No meter, no identification number. Just a faded photo taped to the dashboard, a smiling woman who looked like me. The driver finally spoke as we entered the woods. "You're my 10th tonight." I smashed the window with my elbow and rolled onto the road. The cab kept going, taillights disappearing into the pines. I stumbled to the nearest gas station and called the police. The operator said, "We're on our way," but not before I heard beep, as if whoever was in the car with me had hung up on my call. When I got to the police station, the officer in charge of the desk paled when I described the driver. "That cab was scrapped years ago," he said, "after the driver kidnapped 5 women. They never found the bodies. This morning, a bouquet appeared on my doorstep, black roses with a taxi receipt tucked between the stems. The destination field read, 'Final ride.' My phone just buzzed with a text from an unknown number. It read, 'You were supposed to be number 10. Now you'll be number 6. I'm watching a yellow cab circle my block, the driver's waving at me. I should mention none of this made any sense. What does a bouquet of black roses mean? Why would a driver who supposedly died years ago be circling my block right now? The taxi pulled over across the street and a man got out. He was wearing a badge. "Hi, I'm Detective Miller," he said, flashing his badge. "I need to ask you some questions about a missing persons case." I let him in and he showed me a photo. It was the woman from the picture in the cab. "Had you seen her?" he asked. "I think," I began, but then I stopped. How could I explain that I saw that same woman in a dream last night? A dream so vivid I could still feel the coarse fabric of her dress against my skin, the metallic tang of blood in my mouth, the rough bark of the tree where she showed me her wrists, the place where the light of day couldn't reach, where the driver held me while she dangled above me, a living, breathing thing, yet not quite real. The detective saw the confusion on my face. "Did you know her?" I asked him instead. "Do you think I did?" He snapped. Then he sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose. "Look, ma'am, I don't have time for games. So please tell me what you do remember about the cab." "Make, model, color." I told him everything, every little detail I could recall. But when I mentioned the photo in the cab, he cut me off. "There was no photo," he said, his voice low. "I didn't see a photo," I insisted. "Then you must have imagined it." "All right, ma'am, thank you for your help. If anything else comes to mind, please contact me." When the detective left, I went to the window. The yellow cab was back, but now it was closer. It was parked directly in front of my house. It was blocking my driveway. I wanted to call the police again, but I couldn't get through. All I could hear was a busy signal. A knock came at the door. I peeked through the peephole. It was the man from the cab. Except now, he wasn't wearing a badge. Instead, he had on a black leather jacket. And there was something in his hand, something long and silver. I opened the door. He smiled, revealing teeth that were just a little too sharp. "I take it back," he said, stepping inside. "You were right. There was a photo. And now that I think about it, there might be 2 of you." He brought the gun up. "So which one of you is the real one?" Then he fired.